Well, hello everyone. Thank you so much, Dr. Glass, for having me on. It's an honor, and I love what you're doing with Pre Chiro. I think it is such a needed outlet for students, and it's actually one of the reasons why I even started up my Instagram page, which we can talk a little bit more about in the future. But well, how I got into chiropractic. I was a freshman in college at Texas A&M University, and I was in the business school. And I knew I did not want to do accounting or finance. I was very clear about that. But I didn't really have a clear direction or a clear goal on where I was heading. So I figured that marketing would be a happy medium for me since it seemed creative. Both my parents are in the corporate world. So that was kind of the path that I was on, if you will.
Hmm.
And when I was approaching spring break of my freshman year, I started to feel like the Lord was just kind of tugging on my heart a little bit. Like, you're good here for now, but long term, this isn't where you'll be. Keep your feet moving, keep going, but we've got a different plan for you. And I started to become more interested in healthcare in general. Now, growing up, I never saw a chiropractor. I grew up going to the pediatrician and the dentist. And so those were the only doctors that I knew. So when I was looking into healthcare professions, that's what I looked into because it was all that I knew. And I was actually planning on going home for spring break and chatting with my parents about switching majors to something regarding health. And I was nervous about it because the business school at A&M is difficult to get into. And once you leave, you pretty much can't get back in. So I was nervous to have this conversation with my family for sure. And little did I know, when I went home, my mom had scheduled me an appointment with her new chiropractor that she just started seeing because her best friend recommended that she go whenever she hurt her back. She had classic, I threw out my back pain. And that's how she got involved with chiropractic. But what she told me was the more that she learned about chiropractic, the more she realized it wasn't just about pain. It was also about preventative care and whole body wellness. And she knew that I liked to exercise and I cared about my health. So she thought, I think you'd really get along with the doctors there. You should go. So I did, like any good daughter would do. I went, and I'm a very laid back person. So I went and hit it off with the associate doctor that was there at the time, who was also a graduate of Texas A&M. And so we had a lot to talk about. And after I got under care, I just became very intrigued with the fact that this was an option. It was conservative healthcare. And I had no idea about it until I was, 19 years old. I couldn't believe that. And so I started asking more and more questions to this doctor. And she was so kind to answer all of my many questions, and even met with me a month later on her lunch break when I came back home again from college to answer more of my questions, which were more directed towards the process of becoming a chiropractor and what is school like. And then that led me into changing majors to a kinesiology degree. That office offered me a part-time job that summer. And so I came home, worked for them part-time, and just fell in love with chiropractic. And I love something that you really, really talk about, Dr. Glass, is connection, and how chiropractic is all about connection. And I could not agree with you more. It is shown to be true throughout my entire career, school career, and relationship with chiropractic in general, relationship with chiropractors, that connection is key, not only brain to body, but also the connection that we're making right now and beyond. And so I just really fell in love with it. And from then on, I decided to get on that track. And here we are.